Hi Chefeteers! I'm Chef Nakia and I want you to be more confident in the kitchen, and if you are curious about the history of cooking, I want you to learn a little bit more about it. So I have created a whole second channel where I have longer, more in-depth videos discussing the history of food and the evolution of cooking. I call it the culinary time machine. But on this channel here, I am going to share these little highlight videos for each show that I put up there. That way, if you are interested, you can watch this, pique your curiosity. And if you want to learn more, then you know where to go to get the full-length video. This is episode 2 of the show, and it is about the benefits that cooked food and the ability to cook food has on the trajectory of human evolution and society, like the building blocks for, human civilization. The two most noticeable benefits from a population standpoint are, one, the reduced risk of foodborne illness, right? By cooking meat, especially by cooking meat, you can kill any bacteria that was in that meat that could have potentially gotten you sick. And if we are talking about 500, 600, 700,000 years ago, getting sick, like having a foodborne illness, could mean the difference between life and death. So it's really impactful. Being able to cook food could really show an extended, potential lifespan for early human ancestors, along with obviously less discomfort. And number 2 is that cooking food allows our bodies to more easily digest that food. Our bodies can then absorb more nutrients from that food. More nutrients and more energy from food means that our bodies can then grow bigger and stronger, and our brains can grow bigger, allowing for more complex thought. More complex thought will just build on top of itself, noticing more cause and effect. So being able to better forage or better hunt, which means, more food, more calories available for your whole group of people, your whole band of hunter-gatherers, let's say, which means that maybe you can support a more dense population. So people can have more kids, or more of those kids live into adulthood. You have more people who may be able to better communicate and find even better ways to hunt. And with more nutrient-dense foods and our bodies being able to digest and absorb more of those nutrients, then our brains can grow larger and we can have more complex thought, and it's just going to continue compounding over hundreds of thousands of years. That is how we can go from a species like Homo erectus to Homo sapiens, and how we eventually, create language, and we start experimenting with agriculture and domesticating animals and all of the other inventions that really set humans apart from the rest of the animal world. And it all starts with being able to cook our food. Maybe there's a few other things involved too, but I think cooking your food is very important. And from the individual perspective, going from, imagine it is in your lifetime, you spend the first 20 years never having seen anybody cooked food over fire, to then the next 10 years, you habitually cook over fire. What might that difference have looked like? Well, you're probably going to feel like your body digesting food a little bit differently. So that will be perceptible, but also it's like a new experience, and our human brains are meant to latch onto something new and cool, and it's exciting. And so not only is it the novelty of something new, but you may also notice different flavors and different textures that may be more palatable. Humans in this time period lived in a relatively quiet but very intimately connected world, with their natural world, with what was surrounding them, with the food that they were foraging for, the animals that they were hunting, and just the experiences that they were having. So I think that small, tiny changes would have probably felt bigger I think humans, even whatever level of consciousness we may have been in at the time, I do think would have focused on these cool, perceptible, tiny, but like very impactful new things that come with being able to cook your food. So if you want to hear more about all of this, I go into way more detail. Go ahead over to the video that's linked in the description box here to join the Culinary Time Machine and learn a little bit more about how the ability to cook our food had a huge impact on human evolution and the trajectory of civilization. Thank you so much, Chefeteers. I'll be back soon with another video about making you more confident in the kitchen